We're getting new details of what Ukraine calls a massive overnight drone strike. Kyiv says Russia launched several groups of drones going after targets across southern and central Ukraine. More than 30 drones have reportedly been shot down, and officials are still assessing damage. Meanwhile, Kyiv says some former Wagner mercenaries are showing up again on the front lines in eastern Ukraine and claim it shows Russia is desperate for troops. For more, Claire Sebastian joins us from London. And Claire, let's start with those drone attacks. What's the latest?
Yeah, Kim, this was pretty widespread, not concentrated in one area, according to a Ukrainian spokesperson for the military. Although, according to the governor of Odessa, which has now been targeted for the third time this week by this kind of overnight barrage, there was limited damage. They were able to limit it to just grass fires, he says. But a large number of drones, 44 according to the Air Force, were fired, of which they were able to shoot down, they say, some 34. It was along the southern front and the southern regions and up into the central regions as well. No casualties reported as of yet, but they are still trying to figure out exactly what the damage is here. So clearly this is something we're watching really closely, especially as we get towards winter, and there are concerns that Russia might step up attempts like it did last winter to target Ukraine's energy grid. So that is one thing. On the eastern front, as you mentioned, there's a lot of scrutiny now on the question of Wagner, whether it has resurfaced in some form. What we're seeing, according to a spokesman for the Ukrainian military, is not a sort of Wagner 2.0, but just as President Putin had said before and in the wake of that mutiny, that Wagner fighters would be offered the chance to join the Russian Ministry of Defense forces. It seems that that has happened, that in several hundred of them, according to the Ukrainian military, are operating on the eastern front. The Ukrainians are painting this as a sort of sign of Russian desperation, the fact that they have a personnel problem and will take anyone they can get. But I think it's clear that it's something that Ukraine will be watching very closely. Those Wagner fighters seen as some of the most effective on the Russian side, particularly when it came to taking Bakhmut, which of course Ukraine is now pushing very hard to try to retake. Kim?
Interesting. All right. Thanks so much, Claire Sebastian. Appreciate it.